Hello, and once again, we are live with the Modern Mystery School UK EU podcast and YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, it's one of those days. But we are joined by the lovely Nassima. Nassima, tell us, how are you doing?
I am great. Thank you for asking. I'm doing great.
And it looks like you're in warmer climates than we are, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. I'm in the warm of Dubai, which is winter, so not that hot, but still definitely hotter than UK.
So I just wanted to ask you, why you decided to become a guide in the Modern Mystery School. What was it that because being a guide is 24/7, it's full time, it takes a lot of dedication. You've had to work extremely hard to get here. So can you tell us a little bit about that and what made that decision for you?
So for me, it was like inevitable. When I started this path in the school, so it's been about 3 years and a half, and I was like, it's so meaningful to become a guide. It became like a mission and a purpose. And I'm here in the UAE, and as you know, like this is a very purpose-driven city, a city that goes very fast. But unfortunately, spiritually, I feel there is still a missing link. And I've been in searching, I would say, since 10 years. I was working in a big corporate in France in one of the top major oil company. And I was like, okay, I succeed in my life. I succeed money-wise, but like such emptiness. I was feeling empty out of a purpose in my life. Like, how can I live a purposeful life? And maybe that's also my Scorpio side that wants to really like have meaning and deeper truth and understand. And so I started this path, and I've been into many schools, like from east to west. I've been initiated with so many shamans. And I was like, but still I didn't find answers. It was like going into somewhere, having some high, but coming back empty again, and not having structure and not having something substantial that I can live from, that I can help my family, because the first was my family, and then that I can serve after. And since I started 3 years and a half, since I started the path with life activation, that was the first call, everything changed in my life. And I moved to Dubai after the life activation, actually. I would have never think I would come to this city because it's very like, I'm more nature person, but somehow it was natural. It was this city was calling me. I was like, okay, I think I have a mission to achieve here. And that's why I'm moving here. And I see it's been 3 years now that I moved to Dubai. I have a big community of breathwork because this is how I started here my activity. I opened my company and I started breathwork. But I was not doing breathwork like everyone will do. I will do breathwork, but with Mystery School, with all the tools I learned, with setting up the space, with bringing the energy. And I could see how people would feel the energy and would change. And so I was like, okay, I can help people like this, but I want to go deeper with my clients. And I want them to achieve exactly what I achieved, actually, and what I received from the school. So I was like, okay, I know that guide is not the easy path in every way, actually, in my way, in UAE, in every way. But I was like, if I want to live a very meaningful life, and if I believe in what I'm doing and what I receive, this is what I want to offer. And for me, if I didn't do it, I would not be true to myself and true to my service and what I'm offering. Because for me, I want everybody here to receive the tools, to be an initiate and to start this path. Because there is so many things happening in UAE, so many, like every healer, every personal development, like I think everything is coming to Dubai. But as I said, there is no structure and there is no depth in everything that you're going to learn. And I know that I'm not going to initiate all Dubai, and I know that it will be maybe 1% of the population. But I know that this 1% would be enough to change like everyone around and like to change the frequency in the land, in the whole GCC region, actually. And that's what I choose as a path, as a mission. And that's why I became a guide, because that was normal step, the small step before the bigger mission, I would say.
I love that. And I love that reference to the setting of the space. And I remember when, I lived in the Middle East as well as, and in London and in many of the places that I've lived, just having those tools to set our own space and to lift the frequency and just feel like you're being, kind of supported in every area of your life. Of course, why wouldn't we want that in our lives? It's just, it makes so much sense. So I can definitely relate to that. And I also relate, to, when I was, many years ago teaching yoga, and I would set my space as well. And people would say, oh, there's something different. There's something, and that's what it was. And, of course, many of them stepped forward and received the ability to be able to do that for themselves.
I have so many people who come to my session and they come and say, I love your energy. I love the energy. And I want to say, it's not my energy. I know that it's a lineage energy, and everyone, it's really hard to not witness it and feel it. Even if you are, because I receive so many corporate people, even if they are a lot in their mind, the moment they come, they lay down, they surrender, and they feel there is something bigger. And yeah, that's why I'm so grateful for this path, for sharing this. And also, it was not only energetically, but it was also the way I changed in me, like the way I had much more awareness in myself, in my belief system. And I remember the first thing I said when I did Empower Thyself, I was like, wow, it's the first time I'm feeling supported. I always thought I was alone, and everything I have to do it by myself. And the moment I understood this, that I was not alone, and I understand more about myself and who I am, everything became much easier. And it's like, you cannot we want, especially when you're corporate and you're a leader and you're a go-getter, you think you can outsmart God. And so you go very hard in everything you do. And since I started the school, it's the opposite. It's more flow. And I step back, actually. And I really let the energy flow and the light flow. And I'm like, okay, like you can use me and serve me. And whatever I have to do, I will do it. But I'm not outsmarting God or outsmarting the light. I'm like, enough of push,
I love that. Now, just a quick question then. You talked about corporate. So you feel that, is life activation, initiation, sacred geometry, all the things that are offered on the path, are they suitable for corporate? So do they have to have any spiritual background or belief, or can anybody what do you feel?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you don't need a spiritual background. You just need to understand. When you understand science, who we are in the microcosm, you want to understand who you are, the energy around you. And definitely, like the more you're connected to yourself through life activation, it's empower you, and it's awaken your dome and DNA, and it flood with light your soul. So you will be like a better colleague. Like the energy in the structure would be so different. The more you bring light, the more you bring actually this energy into a structure that already exists, the more it will ripple effect. And we see it in our own family. Like we are a small business in our own family. And that's the moment I did life activation on my family, and the moment I start to change, everything changed around me. And it's like a ripple effect. And so corporate will benefit so much more because you receive first, you're more in tune with yourself, and then you have more clarity, because also this tool brings you more clarity. And the more clarity you have, the more productive you are, and less you're in dramas, in chit chat, in gossip. It's a total different energy that you're bringing.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So that, because I know sometimes people out there think, oh, maybe this is not for me. I don't really, I'm kind of not scared, but don't want to put their toe in the water because they think it's maybe for other people. But you're right. It's for everybody. And it's, having that scientific mind, I find, actually really helps us on the path to progress and to grow. So yeah,
Yes. Yeah. And you have the perfect example of the leadership. They are all like successful women, entrepreneur, judge, like they are all successful. And so for me, the being in a mystery school or being in a path of light will give you much more tools. And actually you will succeed much faster and much deeper when you have this kind of energy with you. Because as I said, again, you are supported.
I love it. Our time has whizzed by, and if you are in the UAE or in surrounding areas, get in touch with Nassima. She'll give you. I'm sure she'll be very happy to chat to you and just tell you a little bit more about everything and such like. And thank you, Nassima. Thank you so much for
Thank you for
coming on.
having me and yes, for sharing this work with everyone. Thank you so much.
And please come back on the show when we're talking about other classes and things like that. It would always be great to have your perspective from your experience. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Right.